in California. You see the United States, after a second event, which brings us to halftime, has a dominant lead. It's about 4 points. So we'll just be in watch and enjoy mode at this point. And from Canada, Peng Peng Lee.
At school, she's known as Christine, by the way, but in the gymnastic world, it's Peng Peng. Her coach, Carol Angela Orchard, said she's not going to hold her back. She's just going to let her go because she has a lot to do.
She does. On bars, on beams, she's like outrageous.
There's her other coach, Brian McVeigh.
She is rolling here.
Whoa, that's too bad.
Boy, Elfie, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that skill actually was originated by Great American Mohini Bhardwaj, that transition from the high bar to the low bar. It's amazing she didn't come off the bar, but when you land on it like that, that's an 0.8 of a point deduction at least.
Again, these routines that have been set for Peng Peng are geared for the 2009 World Championships. They're geared for 2012 in London. She's a junior athlete. She's just trying to throw it all and get the experience.
Watch this, the transition. It's a pack salto with a full twist. Just misses that. Oh,
how is she still breathing?
Yeah, that I would say that would knock the wind out of me. Ow. I don't know about you.
She showed to be a fighter.
And how many kids nowadays take a shot like that and no emotion, no crying, no anything? She's a tough customer.
Back to the Australians and Britt Greeley.
Now on floor exercise for Australia, Britt Greeley.
At this point, having seen Lukin get a 16.65, we're almost at the point where we can't wait to see what she does on the next event.
Yeah, she's been phenomenal today. Actually, Al, she was only supposed to do 2 events, and she got here and looked really good. And Marta Caroli, the coordinator, saw her do what she called a tumble, and it looked great. And she went over to Nastia and said, hey, what do you think? Can you do this one for the team? So we'll see her all 4 times. Kind of hard to say no to her. Once again, though, this is all about gaining experience. She's not a seasoned international competitor yet, has a lot of growing left to do in the sport.
She only has a start value of 5.3 on this exercise. Obviously, a lot of room to grow, but for Peggy Liddick, this is her future, and she needs her to start now for 2012.
Canada's on the uneven bars. Nancy Damianova.
Now on uneven bars for Canada, Nancy Damianova.
I don't know what everyone is thinking about the scoreboard at this point, but in an event like this, when you have 2 13s, you want to lose both of them, and you can't.
The Canadians, again, brought one of their strongest teams ever to this international event. But for Nancy, it goes much deeper. She is trying to become one of 2 Canadian women who have qualified for the Beijing Olympics, and that qualification won't be determined until June, the first week of June. But this event, she is gaining valuable points towards her cause. Another great performance for Nancy.
Canada will need the points. They'll want to get 14 or 15, some really good number here, because it's shaping up to be quite a battle behind the United States. Britt Greeley gets a 13.6 on floor exercise. Let's see if we can get another smile out of Sam Shapiro.
I bet you can.
Now on balance beam for the USA, Samantha Shapiro.
She said it was an interesting story when she began gymnastics back in Los Angeles. She took a class, a free class. Her parents thought it would be great for her. The coaches, of course, called and said, gee, she's really good. We'd like her to come 3 or 4 times a week. And then the next year, the same phone call came in and said, she's really good. Can she come a few more hours?
That was some very unique stuff that just went on.
Little Cirque-like. Very cool stuff.
Well, nowadays, the women gymnasts just tend to get up on the beam in order to get these skills underway. But what's nice about her routine is she actually did something creative, and that's what will make her stand out on the international stage.
Yeah, I really like this one. She is, no question about it, going to be in the mix. But once again, she is a junior. She is not age eligible to even be considered to make that Olympic team. Very solid.
Double pike. Beautiful. Great job.
If ever there was a junior that looked like a senior, it's this young woman.
Talk about mental toughness.
A hug from her former great gymnast, Arthur Akopian. She is one of the most classical, beautiful-looking gymnasts that I've ever seen.
She's having a great day. Damianova's score is a 14.65. When we come back to San Jose, California, Nastia Lukin will be on the beam. Back in California, we'll get to Nastia Lukin in just a moment, but as if Elfie Schlegel produced the program, we begin with yet another Canadian performance.
Christina was last year's national champion, Al, and she was also part of that World Championship team in Stuttgart, Germany. Unfortunately, the Canadians qualified in 14th place, so they missed by 2 spots to send an entire team.
Did that become a big story in Canada?
It was. They've been dealing without a national coach. In fact, Carol Angela Orchard told me they absolutely admire the program here in the United States. They wish they could do some of the same things that the Americans have adopted because it's proven successful.
One of their longtime organizers and leaders, Radienko, who was with Canada for many years, he has gone back home and trying to revitalize the Russian program. Just a couple steps on the landing, but a very nice exercise.
Now Nastia Lukin on the beam. And remember, for Lukin, this was supposed to be a half performance, only 2 events, and it's turned into a full 4 routine performance by her, and it's dramatically changed the competition. She's the reason the United States is so dominating in front.
No question about it. And this could be, we're only halfway through, but if she keeps it going, this is going to be the best meet she's had in a heck of a long time. Even better than she did at the American Cup, where she won. Do this whole combination together, 3 skills in a row.
Love the way that she just continues on. She doesn't stop to make a statement on the move, just keeps moving into the choreography. And that's what she's known for, her lines, her dance. So easy to watch her on the balance beam.
Well, so far, Al, I got nothing off.